Hey folks, Georgia the Joy Coach here. Quick introduction for those of you that don't know me. I'm an emotional intelligence teacher and I also work one-on-one with people, helping people develop deeper levels of emotional intelligence as well as what I call radical personal responsibility. My favorite thing to do other than working one-on-one with people is just getting the message out there and teaching people, giving them tools to help move through challenges and to feel ease and joy. Joy is my jam. So what I want to share with you today is a super simple tool to bring yourself into alignment, to bring yourself out of resistance and to bring yourself back into flow. And it's crazy as I say this because even though it's super simple, it's literally taken me 10 years of practicing what I preach. To arrive at the level of integrated understanding that I feel I have now on this topic. And it truly is just an evolution. You know, you move through things and you grow and you learn. And yeah, when you're ready, you figure it out. And I'm, I guess, finally now ready to understand this, the level that I do now. And so I'm happy to be able to share this with you. So to start, I want to make sure we're on the same page, right? We can agree that in nature, there's contrast, right? Everything is made up of contrast. Up and down, black and white, hot and cold, night and day, male and female, right? Everything's in contrast. There's opposing elements in everything. Magnets, right? Opposites. It's a part of the universe. It's a part of the world. And we, us humans, are a part of the world. Whoa. So then, on that line of thinking, it would make sense that our lives should also have contrast, right? Are we on the same page? Like, based on that thinking, it would be crazy for shit to just be easy all the time, right? Just like it would be crazy for something to go up and for it to never come down, or for it to be night all the time or day all the time. Those would be crazy, right? Just as crazy as it would be for our life to be easy all the time. Whoa, right? That's like the most basic thing. But yet, so often when we find ourselves in times of struggle, in times of experiencing things that we don't necessarily want, rather than accepting that it is a natural part of the world and the universe, we go into resistance, right? Why is this happening to me? How did I get here? How have I failed? Or what have I done to deserve this? And either we go into the line of blaming everybody else, or we go into the line of blaming ourselves. Both are unhealthy. So what if instead we accepted, right? We accepted that just like night and day, this struggle is a necessary part of our experience. Okay, easier said than done, right? That's where I've been for the last 5 years. Like, just accept it, right? And pretending to accept it, topically accepting it, and internally resisting it. And the result of being in resistance is that you do not get the lessons that you need. I'm sure you've heard this before. What you resist persists. So if you've noticed the same shit keeps happening to you, you've not learned the lesson, right? You end up in the same kind of relationships. You end up in the same kind of jobs. You end up in the same kind of financial situations. You end up getting the same results. Why? Because you're not getting the lesson. You keep repeating it because you haven't learned how to do it differently. And why haven't you learned how to do it differently? Because you're resisting the hardship. How can you draw out a lesson when you're pushing it away, right? The whole point of struggle in our lives, folks, pause. The whole point of struggle is to teach us something. But when we are pushing that away, when we're covering up the lessons with the blame of them or ourselves, we are unable to extract those messages. So, accepting all of what I've just said, it is the perfect combination of struggle and ease and hardship that create momentum, that create growth, that create change, that facilitate evolution, really, right? Because I mean, imagine if things are too easy, constantly, always easy, if everything were just fucking easy, you think it would be awesome, but actually, if you've ever been in a time in your life when things are too easy, you probably remember that you started to call in some challenges, right? Maybe you started fighting with your partner for no reason, or maybe you decided to up and move. Whatever it is, we desire internally to grow, to evolve. It's innate. And when things are too easy, we look for challenge because it is the challenge, it is from the challenge that we grow. So when things are too easy, we become uninspired, we become ungrateful, we become unmotivated, we become lazy. And when things are too hard all the time, the same happens, right? We become resentful, we become unmotivated, we become paralyzed by our own negative feelings, our own blame and self-deprecation. So too much challenge, no bueno. Too much ease, no bueno. The perfect recipe of the two, growth. So still knowing that, when we arrive at challenge in our life, we resist it. We push it away. How did I get here? Why is this happening? How do I get out of it? Whoa, pause, back up that train. What if we stopped trying to get out of it? What if we accepted it as a necessary part of our evolution and instead of pushing it away, leaned into it, for the cliche, leaned into it and started asking, what is this here to teach me? What can I learn from this? How is this helping me arrive at the person that I want to become? Right? Then this is the hack. Here is the hack. Ding, 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 ding. You stop resisting and you start looking for the lessons. And that is how you move through it more quickly if you're someone that's all about speed. And if you're like me and it's more just about feeling good and feeling balanced, when you step out of resistance, when you stop resisting what naturally has to be, and you start accepting and being grateful, like this is crazy shit, being grateful for the challenge. Like saying, thank you for this challenge. I may not know exactly what it's teaching me. I may not know exactly why it's here, but I know that it's not in the way, but on the way, and that it's a part of me becoming even more fucking awesome. When you step into that acceptance, you step out of resistance and you're in fucking flow. And what happens when you're in flow? Shit starts moving, right? And how good does that feel? So if you're like a life hacker and you just like to get shit done, okay, start looking for the lessons and you'll zoom out of the hardship. Or maybe the lesson is that you need to stop zooming. And if you're like into your emotional guidance system, then stepping out of resistance, stepping into acceptance, stepping into gratitude, not just gratitude for, all the things around you, which is important too, but gratitude for the struggle, actually being grateful for the struggle. When you do that, you step back into flow. You step back into harmony. And what happens when you step back into harmony is that suffering and struggle dissolve. They dissolve. Because the suffering is in your head. The suffering is your resistance to what is. So what if you just stopped resisting? How do you stop resisting? You start accepting. And how do you start accepting? You start being grateful for it. And this is the level, the higher level that has taken me so long to get to, because I could say all of that. I could speak the good talk, right? But when I got into it, even though I was doing my daily gratitude practice and I was, doing all this healing, I was resisting. I was trying to move out of the hardship. My intention behind the gratitude was not to experience the hardship, but to move through it more quickly. And the real learning is that you need the hardship to evolve. When you accept that and you just say, this will go on for as long as it needs to go on, as long as I accept it and I stop resisting. When you get there, you are back in harmony. And the struggle is no longer a struggle. It's literally a switch. So, I don't really know how to figure out how to end videos yet. I haven't learned that. I feel like there should be some sign off. Unicorns, rainbows. I hope this was helpful. Please comment, share your stories, share your experiences. I love to hear more from folks that are working in emotional intelligence. And blessings and love to you all.